What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the newest box, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links Primal Burst. Konami just released a super small update giving us the link to Primal Burst and the announcing that this box is going to be dropping on December 31st, which is in 3 days, which is the last day of the year, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this box is called Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links Primal Burst. Rage burns inside its molten core. Doomfire shall scourge the lands. Now, I did know about this box for a while now. From some data mines, but I never made a video about it because some other YouTubers made videos on it, so I didn't really bother with some of the data mine leaks. But we're going to be taking a look at each individual card. Actually, I didn't even really take a good look into this, but yeah, there's a lot of new archetypes. We got Dark Worlds, we got Gem Knights, we got Volcanic, we got Lightsworns. We got a whole lot of cards, and this video is going to take a while, so let's go take a look at it. So the first UR that we have on our screen is going to be Dark World Lightning. Is a UR with spell card with the effect, target one set card on the field, destroy the card, then discard a card. That's not bad. That is power creeping Cosmic Cyclone. Kind of. Cosmic Cyclone, you can destroy any card with it though, but you have to pay 1,000 life points. This one right here is just, you target a set card on the field, destroy a target, and then discard a card. But this is going to be really good because I don't know much about Dark Worlds, but from what I heard from a couple of my friends, they really like to be sent to the graveyard. So that discard effect is going to help it out a lot. So if you guys are going to build Dark Worlds, get this card. Next up, we got Volcanic Doomfire. Is an 8-star fire with Pyro with the effect. Cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only be special summoned by sending a face-up Tri-Blaze Accelerator. You control the graveyard during your opponent's battle phase. Your opponent must attack this monster with any attack position monsters they control. When this card destroys a monster, send it to the graveyard, destroy all monster opponent controls. 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed this deck. This deck is gonna be pretty interesting. I don't know if this will be meta by any means, because I think it might take a little might be kind of difficult to get out. We do need to take a read up on Tri-Blaze Accelerator though. But yeah, let's go just take a look at that. It should be, so we got Blaze Accelerator and Tri-Blaze Accelerator. So anyways, Tri-Blaze Accelerator is a continuous spell card. Activate only by setting one face-up Blaze Accelerator from your side of the field to the graveyard. You can send one Pyro-type monster from your hand to the graveyard to destroy one monster your opponent controls. And inflict 500 damage to your opponent, but you cannot declare an attack when you do. Okay, so to get your boy out, it's gonna take a lot of work. We gotta go with the Blaze Accelerator. You target one monster your opponent controls, send one Pyro-type monster with 500 less attack from your hands to the graveyard, and if you do destroy the target, you cannot declare an attack during the turn you activate the card. So first you gotta get Blaze Accelerator out. Next, just activate Tri-Blaze Accelerator. You need to send a Blaze Accelerator from the face up to your field. Then all you gotta do, and then after that you should be able to summon Volcanic Doomfire. Now, honestly, you can get this guy kind of decently, because all you gotta do is just send a Tri-Blaze Accelerator you control to the graveyard. So honestly, getting this guy out might not be the most difficult thing in the world. And also, Tri-Blaze Accelerator, Blaze Accelerator have some pretty decent effects. You could set a Pyro-type monster with 500 or less attack from your hand to the graveyard if you destroy a target. That's really nice right there. Pretty cool right there. And then with Tri-Blaze Accelerator, you can send a Pyro-type monster from your hand to the graveyard to destroy one monster your opponent controls, inflict 500 damage to your opponent, but cannot declare attack when you do so. So that's honestly going to be pretty decent. Now, we're going to keep going through the box, and we'll potentially see some of the combos, but Volcanic Doomfire might be something interesting to look out for. Next up, we have Spell Striker, 3-star Earth Warrior with the effect. You can special summon this card from your hand by banishing a spell card from your graveyard. This card can attack directly, and you take no battle damage from attacks falling this card. This is just going to help just burn and just all sorts of annoying stuff. First of all, this is something that you can special summon, so for the people that play those decks where you play that field spell that does 1,000 damage to your opponent, no matter what the attack is, that's just going to be just terrible to deal with. And you can special summon multiple of them. It doesn't specify you only can special summon a Spell Striker once per turn. You can play just 3 copies of this and just special summon 3 of them along with the jeez, this card's gonna be annoying. Yeah, just remember you gotta banish a spell card from your graveyard. Not too hard. This card can attack directly. And this could be for tribute fodder. You can use this as tribute fodder too. This card's gonna be pretty interesting. Next up, we got Volcanic Rocket, so support to the Volcanic deck. This is a 4-star Pyro with the effect. This card to summon, you can add a Blaze Accelerator card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. This is going to be so good. First of all, this is a 1900 Pyro. That is pretty strong for the deck if you're going to build this. And along with that, when this card is summoned, you can add a Blaze Accelerator card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's just okay. That's going to be pretty good right there. Next up, we got Cloudian Eye of Typhoon. This is an 8-star wind aqua with the effect. Really weird. Aqua and wind. Okay. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is in face of defense position, destroy it. When this card declares an attack, change the battle positions of all face of monsters except for Cloudian monsters. Huh. So you can't destroy this from battle, but if this card's in face of defense position, you can destroy it. So that's going to be the huge downside. Econ is still super relevant in the game. People play 3 copies of it all the time. Yeah, maybe this deck will see some play. I mean, we're just going through the URs automatically. We still need to go through the whole box, so there's a lot of different, like, you know, there's probably going to be more Cloudian monsters throughout the box. But Econ's going to absolutely destroy this thing. Next up, we got Gaia Plate, the Earth Giant, an 8-star Earth Rock with the effect. You can special summon this card from removing. You can play any 2 Rock-type monsters in your graveyard. During your standby phase, remove from play 1 Rock monster in your graveyard, or send this card to the graveyard. Half the attack and defense of any monster that battles this card. Okay, so one thing that's nice about this is that to special summon this, you need to send 2 Rock-type monsters. You need to remove from play 2 Rock-type monsters. That's not too terribly difficult. This card could help out Magnet decks and some other Rock decks that I do not know much about. The only Rock deck I ever played, though, was Magnet. So yeah, this could be pretty decent. During your standby phase, you can remove from play 1 Rock-type monster in your graveyard, or send this card to the graveyard and half the attack. Yeah, this card might be really good. I don't know if it'll boost Magnets specifically, but this might be a really good tech card for Magnets. But yeah, that's the only Rock deck I know how to play. Very nice, though. Next up, we got Lylas, Lightsworn Sorceress. Here, I'm going to take it off my hat right now. Don't know why I said that, but yeah, we got Lylas, Lightsworn Sorceress, a 4-star light spellcaster with the effect. You can target 1 spell and trap card your opponent controls. This card's battle position cannot be changed till the end of your next turn. Also, change this card you control from face-up attack position to face-up defense position. And if you do destroy that target once per turn during your end phase, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Okay. Huh. Okay, so this is just good for destroying back row. And due to that, and you can send 3 cards from the top of your deck to your graveyard. Now, I never played Lightsworns either. I wasn't around during the TCG, but this deck, I heard, is very powerful. And it's all about milling yourself, so milling 3 is very nice. Next up, we have Snow Unlight of Dark World, another Dark World support, ultra rare. Fiend effect, if this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, if it was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by opponent's card effect, you can target 1 monster your opponent's graveyard, add 1 Dark World from your deck to your hand, and then special summon that target, if any, in face of the defense position. Huh? Okay, I need to reread this. So, if this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, so it doesn't matter from your opponent, by you, there you go. If it was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by opponent's card effect, you could target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard. Okay, Dark Worlds confuse me. Okay, so this first text right here, if this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, then if that happened, next up it's if it was discarded from your hand to the graveyard by opponent's card effect, you can target 1 monster your opponent's graveyard, add 1 Dark World card from your deck to your hand, and special summon that target, if any, in face-up defense position. Okay, so there must be some other Dark World cards that force your opponent to force you to discard stuff. Now, I don't think that combos with Dark World Lightning, because it just flat out says target 1 set card on the field, destroy a target, and discard a card. That doesn't do anything. There's going to be some other cards in this box that will trigger Snow Unlight of the Dark World. So far, we haven't seen those yet. Next up, we got Gem Knight Mess, the Diamond. This is a fusion monster. Also, what's really cool about this already is that one thing I like about this already, before we get reading to this, it says 3 Gem Knight monsters. This is another fusion in the game that doesn't specify something at all. That's actually awesome. I really like that. There's a lot of fusions in Duel Links right now that's super specific, and now we're starting to get to the point where we just need some just Gem Knight monsters. Like, you know what I mean? It's super easy to summon. Next up, so anyways, we have Gem Knight Master Diamond, a 9-star Earth Rock fusion with the effect. 3 Gem Knight monsters must first be special summoned. This card gains a 100 attack for each gem monster in your graveyard. Once per turn, you can banish a level 7 or lower Gem Knight fusion monster from your graveyard. Until the end phase, this card's name becomes that monster's and replace this effect with that monster's original effect. Hopefully there's some really good Gem Knight monsters that have really nice effects, but I do like the fact that it's going to be somewhat easy to summon. Now, the downside is that you do need 3 Gem Knight monsters, and that's going to be a little bit difficult because you only get 4 cards. You start off with 4 cards in your deck. Or not, no, I can't. Yeah, I just can't speak right now. But yeah, so it's going to be, I mean, it's not, I'm going to assume that this deck's going to have some decent help getting Gem Knights out really quickly, so that shouldn't be a problem. But just remember that starting hand for monsters or 4 cards in your hand, it would kind of suck if you had a few. I don't know, but I don't really care. We'll see if there's more support on that. Anyways, we got 4 Billion Dress and Ultra Rare Spell card. Target 1 monster on the field until the end of this turn. The target loses 600 attack but cannot be targeted or destroyed by other card effects. Very interesting. So this is it's gonna be really nice. This is gonna protect. This doesn't protect against Dakini, I don't think. Doesn't protect against Dakini, but honestly, that card's gonna get hit soon. That deck's gonna get hit soon. So yeah, this card will probably be super good. Super good. Next up, we're on the super rares. Now we're on Kaiser Glider, a 6-star light dragon with the effect cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has the same attack. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target 1 monster on the field, return the target to the hand. That's not bad. That's pretty cool. Next up, we have Mist Archfiend. Ooh, more Archfiend support. That's surprising. I might need to invest into Archfiends. Anyways, this is a 5-star Dark Fiend with the effect you can normal summon this card without tributing, and if you do during the end phase, destroy, you take 1,000 damage. That's honestly really good. That's actually pretty good. I think any Archfiend players in Duel Links would like this card. Release from the Stone trap card, a continuous. Select one you removed from play rock type monster, special summon this. When this card is removed from the field, destroy that monster. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. Pretty neat, pretty neat. This combos with this UR right here, where you need to banish your rock, so we can get some interesting plays. That's for sure. Always nice to have that sort of stuff. Anyways, let's get on to. Hold on, okay. I just realized something, and I'm probably not gonna edit this too much, but. Sorry for the input lag or whatever. My computer is just terrible, and for whatever reason, Chrome takes up too much RAM or something. That's probably completely wrong. I'm terrible with computers, but yeah, my computer has a hard time running on certain things, so sorry for any input lag. As you can see, when I move the mouse really fast, it starts to lag. Shouldn't be too bad though, because we're just reading cards. Anyways, sorry about that delay. Let's get back onto the video. Dark Methus is a super rare dark 8-star winged beast with the effect. If you have 3 or more dark monsters in your graveyard and this card's in your hand, you banish 2 of them from your graveyard. Send this card from your hand to the graveyard. During your next standby phase, after this card was sent to the graveyard by this effect, special summon this card from the graveyard. When this card is special summoned, target 1 spell and trap card on the field, destroy that target. Pretty neat right there. So is this part of the Dark World? I think this might be part of the Dark World archetype. I think this is gonna support it, maybe because it is a dark. Yeah, I think this might be a decent card to point in your deck. It is kind of slow. It's kind of slow in my opinion because you still gotta wait till your next standby phase for that to happen. But on the bright side, when this is special, someone to get a target, a spell and trap card on the field, destroy a target. So you know that's a pretty decent card, but I think it might be a little slow. Next up, we have Jan the Light Sword Paladin. It's a 4-star light warrior with the effect of this card attacks an opponent's monster. It gains 300 attack during the damage step only. Once per turn during your end phase, you send the top 2 cards from the deck to the graveyard. Very nice right here. So it'll be a 2100 attacker when you attack into your opponent. Very nice right there, and then send your top 2 cards from your deck to the graveyard. Next up, we have Jurassic Tantano. I don't know, this is really weird how they just made that, but this is a 9-star fire super rare dinosaur with the effect cannot be special summoned, cannot be targeted by trap or monster effects. Okay, that's just really good right there. Okay. Once per turn, you can banish 1 Jurassic monster with 1700 or less attack from your graveyard. This card gains 1000 attack on face. This card is actually not bad. So this is going to be a 2 tribute to dinosaur. But I mean, hey, it can't be targeted by trap or monster effects. It's not terrible. That's pretty neat. Next up, we have Jurassic Goo. Or I'm not going to pronounce any of these correctly. Whatever. This is a 4-star, a fire dinosaur with the effect of this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle. You can special summon one Jurassic monster with 1700 or less attack from your deck. It cannot declare an attack this turn. That's really cool right there. Sadly, it's not going to be as good as Hydro Geddon, where you're able to keep attacking with this, but you still get these Jurassic guys out. And this guy will definitely be the one that you want to use to get onto Tribute to offer your Tanto. Next up, we have Gem Knight Prismara. Okay, this one's kind of weird, but this is to fusion this, you need a Gem Knight monster and a Thunder type monster. Must be first fusion summon. Once per turn, you can send one Gem Knight card from your hand to the graveyard to target one face-up card on the field, destroy the target. That's actually really good. Yeah, you can if you can target stuff like that, that's really nice. Next up, we have Gorilla. Just Guru of the Dark World, a 1-star Dark Fiend with the effect of this card is discarded from the graveyard by a card effect. Put summon this card from the graveyard to your opponent's side of the field and face the defense position. When this card special summoned by the effect of a Dark World card, your opponent must discard one card. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Card advantage in this game. Now there is a lot of cards in the Duel Links right now that do use the graveyard to their advantage, but card disruption like that is not too bad. Next up, we have Earth Armor Ninja. More ninja support. I like it. Will this one be good though? Let's see. This is a Earth 5-star warrior with the effect if your opponent controls an AA monster and you control no monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Hey, that's not bad. I don't feel like this will be actually. Maybe this might help him out, because I'm not the best player when it comes to ninjas. When I played ninjas a long time ago, I just played a super simple free-to-play version, which was just the main beatdown one. And you play the Flame Armor Ninja to activate beatdown. So hey, with beatdown, at least this will be a 1900 attacker, right? And this will allow your other ninjas to start getting boosted up by the beatdown effect. But like, since you can special summon this right away, you can use this for Tribute Father right away for Red Dragon. You can use this guy to use the UR trap to get Blackout. I mean, this might be pretty decent. I don't know. I mean, it's a special summon from your hand if your opponent controls a monster. It's not too bad. Next up, we have Gem Knight Seraphonite. I think this one, it was actually somewhat relevant in the TCG. And let me go read, I just remembered why. Anyways, so to summon this, you need a Gem Knight monster plus a light monster. Plus a fusion summon with the above fusion material monsters. During your main phase, you can normal summon / set one monster addition to your normal summoner set. Seraphonite is really relevant in the TCG meta because, it was because there's Gem Knight Fusion, which you can fuse from your deck to summon your fusion ones, and then to go for some crazy combos in the TCG. The extra normal summon helped out a lot. Surprised that this card's actually in the game. It's really interesting. Goes from the past as a trap card. Banish 2 monsters from your graveyard. Then target one face attack from your monster field. Its attack becomes 0 to the end of the turn. I mean, I don't see much people play this, but hey, it's there. Next up, we're on the rares. We got Cybernetic Magician, Lightstar 6-star. Not Lightstar. Light Attribute 6-star Spellcaster with the effect you can discard one card to target one face-up monster on the field. That target's attack becomes 2000 till the end phase. Okay. Nano Breaker 4-star, a machine with the effect. If this card attacks face-up level 3 or lower monsters, destroy a monster immediately with this card effect without applying damage collision. Calculation. Next up, we have Benji, the Vanguard, the Dark World 4-star Dark Fiend with the effect of this card. Discard to the graveyard by a card effect, special summon them from the graveyard. Hey, that's not bad. Huntsman of the Dark World 3-star Dark Fiend with the effect. If this card is discarded by the graveyard by a card effect, draw one card plus other card. If this card is discarded from your hand to your opponent, to your graveyard from opponent's card effect. So if your opponent did something like this, you get to draw 2. Very nice right here. Brown Mad King of the Dark World 4-star Dark with the effect. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can discard a card. Scar Scout of the Dark World 2-star Fiend with the effect. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, add a level 4 or lower Dark World monster from your deck to your hand. The Forces of Darkness. Target 2 Dark World monsters in your graveyard, add those targets to your hand. Okay, what is this? Ren Blex Overworld Lord of the Dark World. 7-star Dark Fiend with the effect. If this card is discarded from your hand to your graveyard by opponent's card effect, special summon this card from the graveyard. When this card is special summoned this way, destroy a monster opponent's control or as a spell card's control. Okay then, that is really, really cool right there. I still haven't, I must, either I accidentally skipped it, but I still haven't seen a way for the Dark Worlds to force your opponent to tell you to discard a card. Huh. I don't know. There's probably a reason why it's rare, but hey, maybe if you're in a Dark World mirror match, hey, I don't know. Volcanic Shell, 1-star fire pyro with the effect. Once per turn, you can pay 500 life points. Add Volcanic Shell from your deck to your hand. This card must be in the graveyard to activate or resolve this effect. Interesting? Huh. Very interesting right there. Blaze Accelerator, we did talk about this already. Oh, you used it. Oh yeah, this is for the Volcanic deck. I was thinking of that Jurassic like deck or whatever. I see. Yeah, so you want to, okay, so you use this card to play your Blaze Accelerators and your Tri-Blaze Accelerators, and you mean, as you can see right here, there's the Blaze guys. So that's how you're going to be activating these effects. I see the combo right there, very nice. Next up we have Volcanic Hammerer, 5-star fire pyro with the effect. Once per turn you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the number of volcanic monsters in your graveyard times 200. You activate this effect, this card cannot attack during the turn. Burn is definitely getting some help from this deck. Very interesting deck right here. Very interesting. Now you can't get the tribute for this guy, so maybe people won't play this version of Burn because you do have the tribute for this, but pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Next up we have Lynched Lord, King of the Underworld, a 6-star zombie with the effect. If you tribute summon this card, the tribute must be dark. If tribute summoned by a card effect sent to the graveyard, returns to its owner hand. Neat. Cloudian Sheepcloud, 1-star fairy with the effect. When this card is destroyed with battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon 2 Cloudian tokens, fairy type, water, level 1, attack, and defense at 0, and defense position. These tokens cannot be attributed for tribute summon unless it's a Cloudian monster. That's going to help you get out that ultra rare Cloudian guy. Summon Cloud, continuous spell card once per turn during your end phase. If you don't control any monsters, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Cloudian monster from your hand and or either player's graveyard. Okay, that's not bad. If you special summon a monster from the graveyard with this effect, destroy this card. Okay, so I mean, that's pretty decent. You can summon this Cloudian Sheepcloud right away. Not too bad. Next up we have Garler, guide, whatever. Lightsworn Warrior, 4-star Light Warrior with the effect. Each time a card is sent from your deck to the graveyard by the effect Lightsworn monster you control, except Lightsworn Warrior. The top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard, then draw a card for each Lightsworn monster to the graveyard sent to this effect. Okay. So, yeah, each time that happens, you just send 2 more cards from your deck to the graveyard and then draw 1 card for each Lightsworn. Okay. Next up we have a Lightsworn Dragon right here. 6-star Light Dragon with the effect. This card gains an attack for each Lightsworn in your monster with a different name in your graveyard. This is why you're going to want to mills for a card like this. If this card attacks defensive monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent during each of your end phases, send the top 3 cards of your deck to your graveyard. Huh. I'm going to feel that people playing this deck is definitely going to probably want to play 30 card decks, honestly. Especially with this meta, Mill would love to go against a Lightsworn deck. This does inflict piercing damage, though, it's very nice. So this is going to be the big boss guy you're going to want to get out so far, it seems like. Golden Ladybug, I went against this. This card is actually already in the game. Weevil uses it in the Battle City event. Anyways, all this does is that you can show this once per turn during your standby phase. You can reveal this card in your hand and gain 500 life points. And if you do, this card remains revealed while it's in your hand until the end phase. Okie dokie. Cloudian Storm Dragon, that's a neat looking artwork. It's a fairy with the effect cannot be normal summoner set. This card can only be special summoned by removing play a Cloudian monster from your graveyard. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is in face of defense position, destroy it once per turn. You can place a frog counter on 1 monster on the field. Very interesting right there. Next up we got Jurassic Shiruko, 2-star Pyro Dinosaur with the effect. If this card is destroyed by battle, special summon 2 Jurassic tokens. Dinosaur type, fire, level 1, attack 0, defense 0, and defense position. These tokens cannot be tributed for a tribute summon unless for a monster. Very nice right there, so that's going to help you out tribute for the boss guy. Jurassic Hero, 6-star Pyro Dinosaur with the effect. When it's defense position, Jurassic monster you control except for Jurassic Hero is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. You can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Very nice right there. Yeah, that's not bad. So, yeah, this guy is going to be very nice. So, if one of your guys gets destroyed, and it says defense position, so I think it could be set or face up. That's pretty good. That's a pretty nice guy right there. Oh, geez, we got Garnet already, too. Dang. Gem Knight Garnet is a 4-star Pyro 1900 Gem Knight. This is going to be your Gem Knight you're going to want to summon. Okay, so these are going to be all the Gem Knights, it seems like. We got Gem Knight Tourmaline. This is the Thunder one. So this is the Pyro one. This is the Thunder one. And then we have Gem Knight Ruby. Cool. Gem Knight Ruby needs Garnet and a Gem Knight monster. Must be fusion summoned with the above fusion material monsters. Once per turn, you contribute the face of Gemini. Not Gemini. Gem monster. This card gains attack equal to attributed monster on the field till the end phase. When this card attacks the defense fusion monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. I actually want to try Geminites. I don't think they're going to be super good, but they seem fun. Fusion decks are like, they're always fun to play, but they're never the best. Next up, we have Topaz, Tourmaline, and a Gemini monster. Must be fusion summoned with the above fusion material monsters. Attack and attack twice during each battle phase. When this card destroys monster by battle, send it to your graveyard. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack. Destroy monster in graveyard. Yeah, that one's not the best. Oh, okay, we get even more Gem Knights. We had Gem Knight Emerald. This is the rock one. 4-star Earth Rock with the effect you can banish this face-up card you control, and face-up normal monster you control, target 1 Gemini fusion in graveyard, or summon it from the graveyard. That might be a decent tech card. Yeah, this might be a decent tech card you would want to play. I would probably play one of these, maybe. We'll see how the deck works. I'm not the best at this game. We have Gem Knight Crystal. I have this card in real life. 7-star, and it's just a 2450, 1950. Next up, we have Gem Knight Cretin, Gem Knights plus Pyro. Must be fusion summon if this card attacks or is attacked. Your opponent cannot activate cards to effects till the end of damage step. That's actually really good. That's actually going to help out the deck real well. Shin's Daredevil, 4-star warrior with the effect. When it's normal summon, place a Busho counter on it. Max of 1. This card gains 300 attack while it has a Busho counter on it. Once per turn, you can target face a card on the field. You place a counter on, remove one counter from this card, and place it on the target. Excerpt of the Dark World. Fiend, Dark Fiend with the effect of this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect. It feels discarded from your hand to your graveyard by opponent's card effect. Target 1 Fiend monster in the field. Special summon it from the graveyard. Very neat right there. Dark Smog. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster opponent's graveyard. Discard a Fiend type monster, and if you do, banish the target. Gem Knight Lazul. Rock, it's Earth 1-star rock with the effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target a normal monster in graveyard and add it to your hand. Yeah, I don't think much people are going to use that. Sky Scout, just an 1800 winged beast. Hey, 4-star right there. And then we have a 4-star Fiend, 1800. We got the Etsu, 5-star, 100 and 100. Okay, yeah, so this deck, I'm surprised this deck's in the game. That's going to be a goofy deck to play. So this is, what is this? What is this thing? This is a 10-star Fairy Union with the effect. Once per turn during your main phase, you control this card on the field. Equip it to your issue as an equipped spell card, or unequip the Union equipment and special summon this card in face of attack position. While equipped to a monster by this card effect, increase the attack of the equipped monster by 3,000 points. When it attacks with an attack that's higher than the defense monster, inflicts the difference is battle damage to your opponent's life points. Okay, this is just a random deck. Mine on Air, 6-star Spellcaster with the effect your opponents must play with their hand revealed. Okay, then that's just a goofy deck right there. Suo 2/0/0, Do 2. Once per turn, you can equip this card to a Suo 2 you control or unequip it, and special summon this card in face attack position. While equipped to a monster, with that monster gets 2,500 attack. Yeah, this deck is going to be just goofy. Who knows if this will see play, but I mean, you're going to give your guys a huge boost. And we have some of the Union support cards in here, so it might be pretty decent. Sage of Stillness, 4-star Light Spellcaster with the effect. This card destroys an opponent's monster by battle. Your opponent cannot activate trap cards until the end next turn. That's not going to happen. Gorilla, the Dark World, 2-star Dark Fiend with the effect is discarded by the graveyard by card effect. Target 1 monster on the field, destroy a card. That card's pretty decent. That might be a decent one to tech 1 or 2 in. Grand Tactician of the Dark World. Okay, so these two have the same effect, but this one destroys spell and traps. This one destroys monsters. We have Fusion Devourer, 4-star Dark Fiend with the effect. When this card battles Fusion Monster, the attack of the Fusion Monster becomes 0 during the damage step only. Okay then, that's a tech card. We got Volcanic Blaster, 3-star Fire Pyro with the effect. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard by battle, you can place a Volcanic Monster in your deck, and on top of your deck. Cool. Volcanic Recharge, return up to 3 Volcanic Monster cards from your deck to your deck. That might be pretty decent attack in one. Volcanic Rat, here's some more fodder for your attacking with Volcanics. It's just a Rat 500, 500. Broken Bamboo Sword, equip monster get 0 attack. Cloudian Ghost Fog, 1 star, what is it? 1 star Aqua Fiend with the effect cannot be special summoned. All battle damage to your players from this battle following this monster becomes 0. This card destroyed a battle. Distribute new fog counters equal to the level of monster that destroyed among face of monsters. Cloudian Subament, 5 star Aqua Fairy with the effect. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is face of defense vision destroyed, you can tribute any number of water monsters for the tribute summon this card. When this card is tribute summoned, place 1 fog counter on it, and for each water monster you tributed, this card gains 5 attack for each fog counter on the field. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, you most likely this is gonna be like a 2500 attacker. Probably more too with all the fog counters. Okay. Diamond Dust Cyclone. Select the 1 monster with 4 or more fog counters, destroy it, and then draw a card for every 4 fog counters that are on it. Lucky Cloud. During the end phase, if you summon 2 or more Cloudian monsters with the same name this turn, draw 2 cards. Rainstorm. Select 1 Cloudian monster you control, reduce that monster's attack by 1,000 or 2,000 points to apply the appropriate effect. 1,000 points, destroy 1 small trap card your opponent controls. 2,000 points, destroy 2 cards your opponent controls. Very nice. Cloudian Smokeball, just a vanilla fairy with 200 attack and 600 defense. Cloudian Turbulence, 4 star Aqua Fairy with the effect cannot be destroyed by battle. Its face-up card is defense position, destroy it when you normal summon this card. Place 1 frog counter on it for each Cloudian monster on the field. Remove 1 frog counter from this card. Special summon 1 Cloudian Smokeball for your deck and your player's graveyard. Very neat right there. Fog Control, quick place spell card. Tribute 1 face-up Cloudian monster control. Place 3 fog counters on 1 face-up monster. Cloudian Squall. During each of your standby phases, place 1 fog counter on every face-up monster. Shenful Shinobi, 2 star warrior with effect. In this face-up attack position is targeted for attack. Draw 1 card. Blue Thunder T45, 4 star light machine with the effect. This card destroys an opponent's monster by battle. Special summon 1 Thunder option token. Machine with 1500 attack and defense. This token cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. Neat. That's pretty cool right here. Because we have Dark World Grimoire. Continuous spell card. During your end phase of you discarded. If you discard a monster to the graveyard because you have more cards, if you have more cards than your hand size limit, you can target one of those monsters. Special summon that target. Interesting. I think there's already cards in the game that I think in the last box there's a card that made it to where that made your hand limit. You didn't need to have a hand limit. I don't know. Interesting. That's a very interesting card. Alchemy Cycle. The original attack of all phase of monsters in control becomes 0 till the end phase. Each time a monster that had its original attack reduced to 0 by this effect, destroy a balance in their graveyard, draw 1 card. Huh. Phantom Dragon. This is a 8 star light dragon with the effect. Your opponent can when your opponent special summon a monster except during the battle step, damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. 2 of your monster zones cannot be used. Realm of Light. Each time a card sent to the deck to the graveyard, place 1 lights counter on this card. All Lightsworn monsters gain out attack for each counter on this card. This card would be destroyed by card effect. Oh yeah, this card is definitely going to be a 1 to run. Even though it's an N, you get all your Lightsworns boosted up by this effect. So I'd run this. Golden Bamboo Sword. Activate when you control a bamboo equipped spell card. Draw 2 cards. Very nice right there. This might help Exodia. Maybe. Light Spiral, continuous trap card. Each time a card is sent from your deck to the graveyard by the effect of a Lightsworn monster, remove from play that top card from your opponent's deck. Very nice right there. Light Spiral. Yeah, so this can help mill. I read this, but I wasn't processing it. It's kind of late right now. It's like 1 o'clock. So yeah, so each time, dude, this is gonna mill so bad. Dang, Lightsworns might actually be viable in the game with this. You can mill, you can boost your guys up a lot with that field spell. Very interesting. Lightsworn Druid, 3 star Beast Warrior with the effect. Neither player can target Lightsworn monsters anywhere with card effects during each of your end phases. Send the top 2 cards from your deck to your graveyard. That's not too bad. Jurassic Preta, 3 star Dinosaur with the effect. This card's attack, return the attacking monster to the hand after damage collision, and this card gains a defense equal to it returns monster level 10 to 100. Jurassic in Nigon, 4-star dinosaur with the effect. When this card destroys opponent's monster by battle, set one card opponent controls, return to hand. Nah, that's not that good. Sure, and Lightsworn Spirit. This card gains 3 to attack for each Lightsworn monster with a different name in your graveyard during each of your stand end phases. Send the top 2 cards from your deck to your graveyard. Yeah, this is going to be like the easy version to get out. This might not be too bad. Might not be too bad. Ran Lightsworn Rogue. Flip target 1 Lightsworn monster in your graveyard. Shuffle that target to the deck. Draw 1 card. Interesting. Temple of the Six. Oh, dang. Each time a 6 samurai monster is normal or special summon, place a Bushido counter on this card. Monster's opponent controls lose 100 attack for each Bushido counter on this card. Is Temple of the Six the good? No, I don't think this is the good one. It might be, though. But yeah, some more 6 sam support. I did not notice that that Bushido counter was 6 samurai support. Interesting. Pyroxene Fusion. Send from your hand or on your side of the field to the graveyard fusion material monsters that are listed. Gemini Fusion monster card. Then special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck. I like this. You can attack an attack with this, with your Geminites, and then you can fuse them for another attack. Or when your opponent's attacking into you, you can fuse during their thing too. That's actually pretty good. 6 strike Thunder Blast. Remove 1 Bushido counter from your side of the field to activate one of these effects. Target 1 monster opponent controls. Draw the target. Target 1 card opponent control. Just return that target to the hand. Shin's Dojo. Continuous spell card. Each time a 6 samurai monster is normal, special summon, place 1 Bushido counter on this card. You can send this card to the graveyard to special summon 1 6 sam or Shin effect monster from your main deck whose level is less or equal to the number of Bushido counters on this card. Very nice. Gemini Amber. Ooh, a Gemini. I gotta love my Geminis. 4-star Earth and Thunder Gemini with the effect. Essentially, as with all Geminis, this is counted as a normal monster while on the field, but if you normal summon it again, or you play a spell card that allows you to normal summon again, or treat Geminis as an effect monster, it gains the effect once per turn. You can send 1 Gemini monster card from your hand to the graveyard to target one of your banished monsters and add the target to your hand. I don't see the point of that. Particle Fusion spell card. Send from your side of the field to the graveyard the fusion material monsters that are listed on the Gemini Fusion monster card, then fusion special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck. The special summon is treated as a fusion summon. When you do, banish this card from the graveyard to target 1 Gemini Fusion material monster used for that fusion summon. The fusion monster gains that monster attack till the end phase. Okay. So you get to fusion summon with this. And then if you do that, banish this card from your graveyard. Very interesting. That's an interesting card. Dang, this box will not end. Another Gemini monster. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, send it to the graveyard. You can add 1 Gemini monster from your deck to hand. That's pretty neat, and it's an 1800 Pyro. Fragment Fusion. Banish from your graveyard the fusion material monsters that are listed as Gemini Fusion monster card. Special summon that from your extra deck. Destroy during that phase. Oh, but you get the banish from your graveyard. I don't know if I would see this one being used too much, but you do get the banish, which is very nice. Curse the Bamboo Sword. It's an equipped spell. The equipped monster gains 0 attack. You can target at 1 other Bamboo Sword card you control. Turn that to your hand, and if you do, the equipped monster can attack your opponent directly that turn. You only use this effect to Curse Bamboo Sword once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Bamboo Sword card from your deck to your hand, except Curse Bamboo Sword. And that's it. Dang, this box is a lot of cards. Oh my goodness. So a lot of different decks are going to be added into this thing. We got Volcanics, we got Lightsworns, we got Rock, we got Gemnites, we got so much stuff. Man, this box is looking pretty neat. I'll be doing a pack opening on this box when it does drop on the 31st, so be looking out for that, guys. Super excited for this box. I'm going to be I think I might invest in this one. This one seems pretty decent, and it adds a lot of new decks, which I would love to make videos on, so hopefully investing in this box might be pretty good, because I mean, it seems to add a lot of different archetypes. I really want to try Gemnites. It seems like a fun deck to play. Yeah, that's going to be doing it for today's video. If you haven't already, be sure to smash the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.